bring the fire. We'll just keep stacking some more tools up there. It's hardly full yet, so it'll be good. I think, by golly, that might work. Now, I think what I may do, I need to think. I was thinking of running the bead all the way across to fill this gap up. It wouldn't hurt it, that's for sure. I'm not thinking. Well, I guess it helps to have the damn camera set to the right option for recording. No worries. Didn't miss anything. Just a bunch of shitty welding. Probably should have just not recorded this because it looks really bad. Really bad. Now, mind you, I'm going to guess 14 or 16 gauge. Probably should be using 025 on it. I'm being lazy not changing it. I have to do a little more heat than I should. I have some other heavier stuff to do and I don't want to change my wire. Hopefully it looks better on film. I'll tell you in person up close, it looks like dog caca. I am not, I repeat, not any kind of welding ace. Trying to pretend to fuse together and then fall apart. You can call that a win. Oh boy. Ow. Software turned out good. Get this done. We're tired of this. Not only is it majorly out of freaking balance, it sucks. This is like the second or third Diablo product. I've had used Diablo saw blades. The Diablo Sawzall blades suck. In my opinion, their grinding wheel sucks too. I think this is a Morton. I like these a little bit better. Daylight. Yeah, there might be a difference in that wheel and that piece of shit Diablo Home Depot special garbage. You'd think it'd be a halfway decent burn. Nope. Ugly but functional. Oh. I had a hole there, so I just squared it off, and I made my piece wasn't wide enough, so I ended up making a little piece to fill in, but a little patch for this hole that was here. And of course, the wall. Or the front wall. Not bad for a bowed out piece of crap. No pinholes. Not pretty. Functional. That's all we're going for. So I'll get that welded up real quick. And there's one more patch I got to do. And then I put in bed floor rails. And hopefully this will be done. Alright. Had to charge the camera up again. Doesn't last as long as I thought it would. It's alright. One of these days I'll maybe get me a fancier camera. So anyways, I went ahead and decided to 86 the floor braces. Well, I'll go around the other side. This good example of the garbage that was in there. And I thought, I got some angle. So we decided to go ahead and build some new ones. I wanted to add more rails anyways. There was only 2 of them. This one, and then there was one up here. You can see where I had cut it off. My thought was, I'm willing to bet you this frame here was probably an old bed frame or something. It's a little thinner than this stuff here. Well, maybe it's about the same. But I wanted it to be flush against this lip so that when I lay the floor on it, it will sit nice and flat. Plus I wanted to add in more braces because just 2 wasn't enough. It had bellies in the floor. It's pretty stout, and the steel floor I'm putting in, it's I think 14 or 16 gauge as well. So it should be plenty stout. And I just went 16 on center. I figured that was more than plenty. I'll put one goes in this spot here, pretty close. I'm going to have to clean this one up. I can't just cut the crap out like I did the other one. So I'm actually have to clean this area up. And then I think I'm going to put one right in here. I figure I got another 16 inches right here. Might as well just throw one in. I got an extra piece of angle. I'll get it done, be done with it, whatever. Nice and stout. So that's a lot more flat than it was. So all that's really left is doing the 2 more braces over here, and then I have this little patch right here. I'll cut this out and then straighten this edge because it's all goofy, and the floor is going to rest on it, and I may have to tweak these guys a little bit because I think it was pushing up on the floor. We'll see. I keep changing my mind. I want it to last. You know, I've seen pictures of this trailer in an old photo album. I think I might have been 4 or 5 years old when my dad got this thing. Oh, probably about 10, 12 years ago. He used it, and he gave it to me to use. And I don't know. It's kind of turned into a family heirloom, I guess. I'm trying to rebuild it so that if the boy or the daughter wants it, then hand it to them, and it'd be kind of like a funny heirloom thing, I guess. It's a crappy old trailer. Is it really? I don't know. I'm sentimental like that, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be cool to me. I'm weird like that. Some people don't think much of stuff like that. I'm sitting in here farting around with this crappy trailer, and people are like, "Why? Throw it away." You know, Dad turned around and bought 2 more of them. So I don't know. To him, I guess it's no big deal, but to me, I thought it was kind of cool. Especially since how we've got pictures of it in photo albums when I was super young. And even when my kids, you know, because I had this, I got it from Dad when my kids were super young. And there's pictures of it. So I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool. Maybe not. I'll run it until I don't need it no more. And hopefully one of the kids might want it for the nostalgic purposes. It's a good trailer. It'll be stout again. I'm going to paint it, and I'm not sure what color to paint it though. I was thinking of brown. Maybe metallic brown. I don't know. Black fenders. Of course, I don't know if you noticed. The fenders are oil drum fenders. And yeah, let's see if I can get a picture of there. Oh. See that in there? Those are shelf brackets. Which is what my dad did. I know he put the fenders on it because he had an old oil barrel in the yard. And I remember watching him do that. He was straightening out, he cut the oil barrel down and was straightening it out to make a fender out of it. And I remember him putting the brackets on. It was funny. So he was resourceful too, I guess. It was funny. But anyways, you know, it's lasted this long. I repaired the fenders a while back because they were falling off. The brackets are rusting out. So I went and got new bookshelf brackets, and I straightened the fender, the chunks of oil drum out, and welded up some spots and got it all back together again. And they're on there nice and stout now. They were flopping around before, but I think that's what kind of started everything. Well, that and the floor was rusting out really bad. I think I was losing half the debris as I was taking it to the dump on the road, so figured it was probably time that I needed to fix that. So I'll try and get back to it tomorrow. I just want it done. I'm getting a little burnout on it. It's a lot bigger project than I was really thinking. I got a pile of cars I need to start dealing with, get rid of them, fix them, do something. But I use this trailer. I use it a lot. I've used it a lot over the years, so it's kind of important to me to get it fixed. I definitely want to get some more use out of it. It's great. It's a small trailer. That way when it's full, there's not that much crap to unload. I've loaded my truck up before and like, oh God. Yeah, way too much crap to unload. So, well, the small trailer doesn't make it so bad. So anyways, there's some rust that's gonna stay. I'm not fixing that. That's character right there. We're gonna leave the character on there. This trailer's got lots of character. All right, I'm out of here. It's midnight, tired, old, fat, a little bit hungry. Not really though. We'll hit it again tomorrow, hopefully. Next day. Let's get this party started. I didn't film it because I wasn't sure what the hell I was doing. So I ended up having to do a little bit of custom cutting and whatnot to get it up in there. Bend these down just a little bit. But there was a bunch of cobble welds in there and all that crap, and I wanted to fit in just that spot. So I bent these arms down just a little bit. They're supporting. It's not much, but I do a little bit of cut and trim because there was such a bunch of buildup of welds from where they welded the body to that bracket, and I didn't want to mess with it. So I just got in there and cleaned it up the best I could and cut up the metal just a little bit. I don't know if you can see that or not, but she's solid now. Well, let me get some of this stuff cleaned up and drop this down a little bit. I want to tie the bed sides together because I think there's a little bit of flex in there somewhere. This was tight before, and now it come loose a little, so I think it has a little bit to do with maybe that spot there. I don't know. We'll get a closer look at it. I'm just ready for this to be done. Alright. I haven't been videoing. Camera's dying, and I've been back and forth doing stuff, and I just figured, who wants to watch me weld 8,000 tack welds or whatever. Got the floor in, trimmed it, got her all fitted in there, and I started welding out here on the outside, and I thought, that looks kind of cheesy. I mean, I'm going to seam seal these edges anyways, just try to seal out any water or anything. I thought, well, I think it'd, number one, go easier and look better if I went in from underneath. So that's what I did. Just thought it would be easier, which it was, just tacking it all from underneath. And I'll run a bead of seam sealer all the way around. And I'm going to put it in prime first and then seam seal it after that. And it's kind of dark, but got her all in there. Some of the welds aren't that great. I was fighting the welder a little bit. Like I said, I'm not super experienced and made a couple mistakes. And it's amazing how much the wire feed speed adjusts when the spool gets smaller. Worked on the tailgate a little bit. I mean, it's just cobbled junk is what it is. But I got it to at least function better than it did. So, again, it's just a yard debris trailer, nothing more. Making an art project out of it. So anyways, pulled the fenders, treated the areas that didn't get blasted. Should be pretty close. I added in some tie down spots. These are points that I've tried tying down like tarps and stuff, and I didn't have these points, so I added those in. Found some more areas that needed a little more work. It's just a lot of little stupid stuff. Didn't really think it was that crucial to film any of it. Straighten this panel out a little bit better. Remove, I don't know what bracket was here. Some kind of bracket, but I removed it. Gave the gate a little bit more room. Straightened the gate just a tiny bit. It really wouldn't move much. And welded up some spots on it that were cracking or failing. Just straightening stuff up. Probably getting way too carried away with it, but I'm, thinking that once this thing goes into color, I don't want to touch it ever again. So that was kind of my thought. Let's do all this stuff, haul my yard debris with it. Getting way too carried away with this trailer, but that's probably how I do everything anyways. So, I'm hoping the next day or two I can get this thing into primer, figure a color out for it. I'm thinking of brown, maybe a metallic brown of some sort, paint the unders black, nothing crazy. And I'll end up putting a little wood stake side on it like it used to have. I got some pictures of that. I'll put it back the way it was. And I mean, it was always kind of a nasty brown anyways when it was clean. So it'd be, similar back to what it was. And the only thing I got left to do is get me some tires. These are my fancy fenders. Probably never seen those. They're upside down. But yeah, these are just bookshelf brackets. So hey, Dad did it, and it was funny. They'll last long enough. I mean, if they got to be replaced again down the road, so be it. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot these in some primer and some paint as well. It's going back together. Slow going. It needed a lot of work. I mean, shoot, 30, 40 years of use and abuse and zero maintenance. Should I have junked it? Probably, but what fun would that be? So, about 4 years ago, I went through both sides, replaced bearings, races, everything that needed to be replaced, greased it all back up, which works like $1,000,000. Fortunately, the spindles were in good shape, no damage, and I managed to find a cap, doesn't match the other side, but we're getting there slowly. I'm getting burned out. I'm ready for the next project. This is definitely a lot more work than what I was anticipating. So, anyways, we'll close her up for tonight, and we'll get some paint on it hopefully the next day or so. We start the process.